Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, have a seat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My name's Michelle, and I'm a behavior analyst, and I'm here today to discuss your son's problem behavior.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so we have a brief amount of time today, just so you know, okay? And if we don't get everything in, then that's okay. We can reschedule another appointment, okay?
Okay.
So just so you know what to expect, I'm just going to ask you some questions regarding what the behavior looks like, where it's happening, things like that, okay? So if you don't have any questions or concerns, we can go ahead and get started.
That sounds great.
Great, okay, so can you tell me a little bit about your son?
Well, I have a 5-year-old son, typically developing, in kindergarten, named James.
Okay, and what's the problem behavior that's occurring?
He tends to get physically aggressive
Okay.
at times.
So can you describe to me what physically aggressive is? Is it hitting? Is it kicking?
Yes, he tends to hit, kick, pinch, pull hair,
Okay.
sometimes throws items.
All right. And what's typically going on in his environment right before this behavior is occurring?
Well, when he tends to get aggressive, it's in large group areas with other children his age and very loud, noisy areas.
Okay. Is there anywhere in specific that this is happening? Is it at school? Is it at home?
Oh, both.
Both.
At school and home.
Okay. And when he's at home or school and the behavior occurs, what's the reaction to this behavior?
Well, at school, the teachers tell him to stop, and if he continues to behave in that manner, he is removed from the classroom.
Okay.
At home, the same thing goes on. Me and my husband tell him he needs to stop, and if he doesn't, well, we have to send him to his room or we put him in a timeout zone.
Okay. And who typically is this happening around?
Typically around children his own age, his brothers and sisters, at school, like I said, in loud, noisy, large group areas or group settings.
Okay, so that's one thing to trigger it, is put him in a large group area where it's noisy, things like that?
Oh, yes.
Okay. What's one thing to do to stop this behavior?
I'd say give him some one-on-one attention. Just give him some attention.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to recap for what we have. So I have your 5-year-old son who's typically developing, who's engaging in physically aggressive behavior, so things like hitting, kicking, punching, pinching, sorry.
That's correct.
Typically in large groups with loud settings, or loud sounds. It's happening at home and at school, and in both areas he's told to stop. If not, he's given a timeout or sent to the office. And one thing to stop this from happening would be giving them some one-on-one attention. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Sounds good?
Yes.
Okay, so great. So right now I'm just going to do a questionnaire here with you. It's called the Motivation Assessment Scale. So I have a copy of it so you can follow along with me. It's just a series of 16 questions. It's rated on a 0 to 6 scale, 0 being never, 6 being always. And it's going to help me, its purpose basically is to help me try and find a function of behavior, okay?
Okay.
Great, okay. So question 1, would the behavior occur continuously if the person was left alone?
Seldom.
Okay. Does the behavior occur following a request to perform a difficult task?
Usually.
Does the behavior seem to occur in response to you talking to another person?
Usually.
Does the behavior occur to get a toy or a preferred item?
Seldom.
And would the behavior occur repeatedly in the same way for long periods if no one else were around?
Almost never.
Does the behavior occur when any request is made of him?
Half of the time.
And does the behavior occur when you stop attending to him?
Almost always.
Does the behavior occur when you take away a favorite item or toy?
Half of the time, yes.
And does it appear does he enjoy doing this behavior?
Seldom.
Seldom. And does the person seem to do the behavior to upset you when you're trying to get him to do something?
Seldomly.
Seldomly. Does the person seem to do the behavior to upset or to annoy you when you're not paying attention to him?
Almost always.
Does the behavior stop occurring shortly after you give him a toy or a preferred item?
Oh, usually.
Usually. When the behavior is occurring, does the person seem calm and unaware of anything else that's going on around him?
Yes, usually.
Usually. Does the behavior stop occurring shortly after you stop working or making demands on him?
Usually.
Usually. Does the person seem to do the behavior to get you to spend more time with him or her?
Oh, always.
Sorry.
Yes.
Always. And last question, does the behavior seem to occur when he's told that that he can't do something that he wanted to do?
Yes, usually.
Usually. Okay, great. So that's it. That's all our time today. So I'm just going to take this information back with me and go over it. You can expect a phone call from me in about 2 days, and we can do a follow-up interview with what I found, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day. Thank
You
you.
too. Bye.
Bye.
The button.
What button?